So back to talking about grills for my '04 Sequoia. If you'd watched the previous video, you saw the reviews of the TEQ custom TRD style grill, and I wasn't very happy with the quality and the fit and finish of that. Went back to my OEM grill that has the emblems and everything blacked out on it. But still just wanted something different. So this was originally the plan. I was going to go with prior to TEQ coming out with that option. And again, I got some grief from some people about that. I wasn't bashing, them as individuals. It was just the product was not great, and the service behind the product wasn't fantastic either. But I give them respect for trying something and putting themselves out there. It wasn't what I was looking for. So ended up selling that to somebody on one of the Facebook pages. Thing sold actually in about uh, 60 seconds. So it's a testament to the TEQ guys. So it went this route, and I've been working on this for a while now. If you have seen any of the videos with doing your own TEQ, or sorry, your own TRD grill, it's the same idea where you cut out the center, and then they were laying the Tacoma one in there. This was one that I saw. It's from Custom Car Grills, and I'll put a link in the description to them. But Custom Car Grills actually does a grill. It was for a first generation Tundra that would work for the Sequoia grill. So cut out the insert here, and then waited a little while, tried to get the sides as good as I could, and Raptor line this to match the bumpers and wheel flares of my truck. So I also did the door trim and a whole bunch of components to my roof rack that I'm going to be putting on here. So been taking my time with this, but did it as well as I could, trying to get all the angles and everything on this grill to look as good as possible as far as getting into the the fit and finish, and then put the custom car grill in here. I'm trying to use the lighter color for some contrast. But you can see, I mean, it's pretty clean how it sits in here. Looks really sharp. In fact, I've had a couple people comment that they thought I bought this. So took my time with it. Backside is a little messy yet. So used plyo grip number 3 to fill in the holes when I cut out the centerpiece, and then came back with some more to attach the grill. You can see there, that's all plyo grip number 3. But I went very heavy on the ends, not only when I filled in the holes, but here. So getting ready to get to the couple final steps here, and I'll do a couple videos, tie them together for you on this. But I'm going to use some JV quick weld, and this is the one that's actually lined out for automotive, so plastic, metal, and so forth. And I'm literally going to spoon it into some of these gaps you see. Try to get 2 materials holding this in and fill in some of the spots just to get the connection a little bit tighter. So got a little bit of work to do in there just to make it a little bit stronger. This is not an OEM grill. This is actually an aftermarket OEM replacement from Amazon. But you can see one of my complaints about the TEQ was the lack of support. Here you can see that is not an issue. This actually has all the same supports with these attachment points as an OEM grill. Much better made. Again, here this piece is solid, so really good shape. So going to do some JB weld, get this a little bit stronger, and get it ready. Have 2 different materials for weather, temperature changes, and everything else, just rigidity. And then this is what I'm putting in here when all said and done. That is the Emblem from a late 60s, early 70s FJ40. So that is going to be the look, kind of going for something in the marriage of a early FJ40, maybe a Series 60, Series 80 inspired first generation Sequoia grill. So I'm going to get to work on this and check in a little bit. All wrapped up, ready to put this thing on the truck. This is what we're looking at here. Pretty happy with how she turned out. Got that pretty well centered and right about the spot that I wanted. So you can see, right, this is actually one thing I liked about that early year. You can see it's not flat. It actually has a little bit of an angle to it and some three-dimensional shaping to it, which is kind of nice. This is what it looks like. All right, so I think it's going to look pretty sharp. Backside, I did throw some of that JB Weld in on top of the plyo grip. I feel it's going to really hold this in tightly. And then you can see the connection point. I actually had to put holes in the mesh there and get some washers, some black washers to back up, just because this grill is not as thick as the FJ40 would be. So I get a little creative with that there. Locking washers and some blue Loctite. Made it so it should hold nice and still and stable, but there we are. I like the kind of a polished, brushed aluminum. It is actually a solid metal, so there's nothing to chip off with rocks. Just this black is actually rubberized on there. I think should be okay, but I feel like between the Raptor lining, aluminum mesh, and the aluminum emblem, should be pretty durable. That's the plan anyways. So I'm gonna go put this on the truck. It's dark out, so I'll have to finish this up tomorrow with some shots of how she looks and show you guys how it goes on and what it looks like all wrapped up. And here's the finished product. Dropped it on the truck last night. Really liking how it's looking, and a little bit of chrome. It's the only chrome on the truck now, and a little small, but that's kind of what I was going for. Subdued look. I do like the really retro, classic 60s FJ40 emblem on there, and overall the exact look I was going for. So kind of see how it looks getting in there. Might need to do a little bit of blacking out, get some high heat black paint, black out a couple of things in there, but for the most part looking really sharp. And I like the overall look. I like the grill matching the bumper and the flares I had mentioned, but I also did the door trim, so you can see that there. So now I got the door trim matching the bumpers and the flares, and yeah, going for a very particular look here. Next thing is going to be doing roof rack. I have something in particular I was doing there, and yeah, gonna wrap it up.